Welcome to the Whisper Verse. In a quiet village surrounded by rolling hills, there lived an elderly woman named Mira. She was known far and wide for her warm smile, gentle wisdom, and unwavering happiness. No matter the season or circumstance, she always carried an air of peace, and the villagers often sought her advice. One day, a young man named Arun approached her. He had been struggling with sadness and uncertainty, and he couldn't understand how Mira remained so joyful. "Grandmother Mira," he asked, "how is it that you are always happy? No matter what happens, you never seem troubled. Don't you ever feel sad?" Mira chuckled softly, her eyes twinkling with kindness. "My dear boy, life is like the river that flows through our village, sometimes calm, sometimes rough, but always moving forward. I have learned that happiness is not about what happens to us but how we choose to see life." Arun furrowed his brow. "But what if something truly painful happens? How can someone stay happy through suffering?" Mira sighed, gazing into the distance. "Let me tell you a story from my past." She took a deep breath and began. "Many years ago, I had a family, a loving husband and two wonderful children. We were not wealthy, but our home was filled with laughter and love. One winter, my husband fell gravely ill. We did everything we could, but we lacked the means for the right medicine. He held his hand as he took his last breath, and for days, I was lost in grief. The pain felt unbearable." Arun listened intently as she continued. "At first, I thought I would never smile again. The weight of my sorrow was immense. But one day, as I sat by the river, watching the water flow, I realized something: the river does not stop when it meets a rock, it simply moves around it and continues its journey. I decided that I, though, must keep moving forward. My children needed me, and I had to choose whether to live in my sorrow or find reasons to be happy again." "But how did you do it?" Arun asked, still struggling to understand. Mira smiled. "Each morning, I made a small promise to myself. I would find one thing, just one, to be grateful for. Some days, it was the warmth of the sun on my face. Other days, it was the sound of children laughing, the fragrance of blooming jasmine, or the kindness of a neighbor. Even on the hardest days, there was always something, however small, to be thankful for." Arun thought about her words, but he still had one more question. "But what if something truly terrible happens? How can you still hold on to happiness?" Mira nodded knowingly. "There will always be storms in life, my dear. But I remind myself of one simple truth: nothing lasts forever. The night gives way to morning, and winter always turns to spring. Pain and hardship are like passing clouds, they may darken the sky for a while, but they never stay forever. When times are hard, I tell myself, this too shall pass. And instead of focusing on what is lost, I cherish what remains." Arun sat in thoughtful silence. He realized that Mira's joy was not because her life had been easy, but because she had chosen to embrace life with gratitude and resilience. From that day forward, he tried to live by her wisdom. He started finding small joys in his everyday life: the taste of fresh fruit, the cool breeze on a hot afternoon, the comfort of a friend's laughter. Slowly, he noticed a change. Even when things didn't go his way, he no longer felt overwhelmed. He had discovered what Mira had always known: happiness is not something that happens to us, it is something we create within ourselves. As time passed, the villagers noticed the change in Arun. Inspired by his transformation, they too began to practice gratitude and mindfulness. And so, the village became a brighter, happier place, not because life had become perfect, but because they had learned the secret Mira had carried all along: true happiness comes from within, not from the world around us. No matter how difficult life may get, there is always something to be grateful for. The choice to find joy, even in the smallest moments, is ours to make.